RC Robbin, thank you for joining me. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like the video, please subscribe to the channel, really helps. This is a created franchise on MLB The Show 20 for the PlayStation 4. It is my intention to play every inning of every game of a 162 game schedule. No skipping games, no simulated innings, every single one. I'm up to about 112 or 113 of the 162. It is the beginning of August. The created franchise is called the Bronx Knights. As you can see from the screen, they've been wedged into the American League West Division. They're in first place, 11.5 game lead over the second place Seattle Mariners. So let's jump into the schedule. So speaking of the Mariners, who are in second place, I'm in the middle of a 4-game set. I played 3 out of 4 games against the Mariners. Won the first 2, lost a heartbreaker 7-5 in the bottom of the 9th. So this is the 4th and final game. So this game determines whether it's a 2-game split or I won 3 out of 4. So let's jump into it. Play game. Okay. Play full game. We are the away team at T-Mobile Field. I guess Safeco Field, T-Mobile Park, whatever. Eli Ramos, the ace of the staff, is ready to go. I like most everybody. I'm going to put Chris Ramos as DH and leave everything else exactly the way it is. Starting lineups. Thank you for joining me and listening to my very amateur play-by-play. So welcome to a broadcast of Major League Baseball here on MLB The Show 20. I am RC Robbin, and the Bronx Knights visit the Seattle Mariners here in T-Mobile Park for a Sunday afternoon matchup. On the mound for the Mariners is Jacob deGrom. Jacob is 8-6 with a 3.21 earned run average. This is his 23rd start of the season. Leading off for the Bronx Knights is Max Lukelich, 318, 4 homers, 30 runs batted in, and he was the starting center fielder for the All-Star game for the American League this season. So here comes the first pitch of the game from deGrom. And he pops it up in foul territory. Paul Molitor makes a running catch for the first out. 1 pitch, 1 away. Starting lineup for the Knights. Max Lukelich is in center. Don Mattingly's at first. Designated hitter today is Chris Ramos. Michael Rourke is in left. Jacob Salazar is the shortstop. Benny Locicero's in right. Matt Saps is the second baseman. Matt Termini is at third. And batting ninth is Anthony Millo playing catcher. Don Mattingly, first baseman. 1 out here in the top of the first. Takes the first pitch on the corner for strike 1. He's hitting .317 on the season. And he swings at a pitch inside. Can't hold back his swing. He was fooled. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Donnie Baseball. Nasty splitter. Another slider inside again. Clyde Washington is the man behind the plate calling balls and strikes. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Mattingly. Checks his swing, but it hits the outside corner for called strike 3. And there are 2 away. Here's the replay. Too close to take with 2 strikes. You gotta put the bat on it. So with 2 away, Chris Ramos is up. .371, 44 homers, 111 runs batted in. He takes low for ball 1. 44 home runs, leads the American League in that category. He leads the team in all 3. He was the starting second baseman for the American League in the All-Star game this season. Late on the 98-mile-an-hour fastball, and the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. It would be safe to say that Ramos is the front runner at the moment for the American League Most Valuable Player Award. Checks his swing, count is 2 balls and 1 strike. However, there are 2 months of the season left to go. Hitters count, 3 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs here in the top of the first. No score here at T-Mobile Park. Here comes the hitter's pitch, as they call it. Low ball 4. So with 2 outs, the Knights have a base runner. Base on balls. Stepping in is the left fielder, Michael O'Rourke. 348, 29 homers, 86 runs batted in. And he brings a 13-game hitting streak to the plate in this ballgame. Oh, inside off the plate, but bounces, ricochets. He's headed to second. Long throw from the catcher. He is in there. So on the wild pitch from DeGrom, the Knights will now have a runner in scoring position with 2 outs, where a single can net them a run. Count is 1 ball and no strikes on O'Rourke as Ramos leads off second. Fouls off the fastball. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Went too far. For some reason, the catcher decided to throw to the shortstop, but anyway, the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Outside, count evens at 2-2. Just gets a piece of the nasty breaking ball to stay alive. So it's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the first. Runner leads off second. Here comes the pitch. High. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Jacob Salazar, the shortstop for the Knights, is on deck. And that's 2 straight walks. So he gets 2 quick outs and then proceeds to walk the next 2 batters. So with runners at first and second here in the top of the first, Jacob Salazar steps up. 326, 13 homers, 71 runs batted in. Switch hitter hitting from the left side against the righty DeGrom. Pitches outside, and suddenly he's lost the strike zone. Fouls it down the left field line into the seats. Strike 1. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Salazar. In the dirt, blocked nicely by the catcher. 2 balls, 1 strike. And he's late on the fastball, jammed him a bit. Long run for the left fielder. Benintendi makes the catch to retire the side. So after a half an inning of baseball, it's the Bronx Knights 0. The Seattle Mariners coming to bat. On the mound for the Knights, Eli Ramos, making his 24th start of the season. His record is 15-3. That's a team league high 15 wins with a 3.30 earned run average. Going for win number 16. And leading off for the Mariners is Shane Victorino, hitting 289, 13 homers, 49 runs batted in. First pitch from Ramos. Here comes. Fouls off the fastball, strike 1. Shane is 3 hits from 2000 in this fictional universe. Breaking ball is low. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Victorino. That's Matt Termini at third base and Michael O'Rourke out in left. Swing and a miss at the slider. Count is 1-2. Just gets a piece of the split finger fastball to stay alive. Count remains 1-2. And he fouls off the curveball, and we'll do it again. And that is a shallow fly ball to right. Back goes Matthew Saps, playing second today. He makes the catch for the first out here in the bottom of the first. Starting lineup for the Mariners is Shane Victorino leads off, playing center. Fernando Tatis Jr. is the shortstop. Paul Molitor is at third. Nelson Cruz is in right. Freddie Freeman is at first. Andrew Benintendi is in left. Drew Mendoza is the DH. Michael Bush is at second. And Israel Pineda is batting ninth and playing behind the plate. So, Fernando Tatis Jr. is hitting .281. He steps in with 1 out. Pitches outside for ball number 1. Swing and a miss at the curveball. Check that slider. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Tatis Jr. He's the cover boy of the new version of this game, MLB The Show 2021, which will be out, I believe, the 2nd week in April. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and there's 2 away. So that's the first strikeout of the game for Ramos, Eli Ramos. Here's the replay. So with 2 down, up steps Hall of Fame second baseman Paul Molitor, playing third base in this fictional universe. 293, 12 homers, 48 runs batted in. And that's a deep drive to right, the other way. But Lo Cicero is there. He makes the catch to retire the side. So after 1 inning of baseball, there's no score here in Seattle. So leading off the top of the 2nd, right fielder Benny Lo Cicero, 290, 24 homers, 85 runs batted in on the season. Pretty decent numbers with 2 months left of the season to go. Pitches low, ball 1. I've done the math. There's a real good chance of 5 of the starters on the Bronx Knights having more than 100 RBIs by the end of the season. And that is a line drive, base hit to right. So the leadoff man is on here in the top of the 2nd for the Knights. Line drive between the 1st and 2nd base. Solid hit. Next up is the 2nd baseman today, Matthew Saps. He's hitting .283, 21 homers, 70 runs batted in. Pitch out, but Lo Cicero was not going. He has speed. He has 12 steals. Count is 1 ball and no strikes on Saps. That's ground ball up the middle. He flips over to 2nd for 1, back to 1st. It is a 6-4-3 double play, and there are 2 away here in the top of the 2nd. Nice play by Fernando Tatis Jr. Let's look at the replay. Shovels it over with the glove, one-handed by the 2nd baseman, Cavan Biggio, and they get Saps easily at 1st. So with 2 away, up steps the 3rd baseman, Matt Termini. He's hitting 11 for his last 24. Overall, it's a .314 average, 7 homers, 57 runs batted in. DeGrom sets and delivers. And he pulls it down the 3rd base line, but it goes foul. Termini obviously has a 6-game hitting streak. It's not really worth mentioning until you get to 10, but there you have it. Pitches outside, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Termini. Pitches low, 2-1. And he swings and fouls off the high fastball. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the 2nd. Payoff pitch is on its way. And he chases a high fastball, probably ball 4, pops it up. On the 1st base side, the catcher, Israel Pineda, makes the catch to retire the side. So after an inning and a half, there's still no score here at T-Mobile Park. So we go to the bottom of the 2nd. Up steps Nelson Cruz, the cleanup hitter, hitting .274, 22 homers, 77 runs batted in. Ramos delivers. Outside corner, 98 on the radar gun, strike 1. And he hits the breaking ball to the right side. Mattingly fields, takes it himself, and there is quickly 1 out. Defensive alignment for the Bronx Knights in the outfield from left to right is O'Rourke, Lukulich, and Lo Cicero. And in the infield is Matt Termini, Jacob Salazar, Matt Saps, Don Mattingly at first, and Anthony Millo behind the plate. They are third in the American League in fielding percentage, so they have a good defensive club. Freddie Freeman, the first baseman, batting from the left side, 282, 14 homers, 45 runs batted in. Fouls off the fastball for the first pitch, and that's strike one. Breaking ball just misses outside. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. In this fictional universe, Freddie Freeman has 347 home runs for his career. So he is certainly a power hitter. And that's 348, ladies and gentlemen. That is gone way back in the upper deck in right field. That's Freeman's 15th home run of the season. And just like that, the Seattle Mariners have a quick 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the second. Projection 449 feet. My goodness. Is the replay. Dead pull down the right field line. So next up, batting sixth tonight. He's batted second in the lineup yesterday. Is Andrew Benintendi, the left fielder. Check that. He's cold in his last 6 games. He's 4 for his last 24. 271, 12 homers, 54 runs batted in. There's 1 out here in the bottom of the second. In there, strike one, 99 on the radar gun for Ramos. Benintendi was 0 for 3 in yesterday's ball game. Slider at the knees, strike 2. Count as no balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss at the inside split finger. And there are 2 away. That's strikeout number 2 for Ramos. Wanted to know from the home plate umpire if it was a strike, and you could tell from the home plate umpire he was nodding his head yes. I don't know if I agree. It looked like it was high and inside. So with 2 away, up steps Drew Mendoza, the designated hitter today. He was the American League's Rookie of the Year last season. This year he's hitting .292, 15 homers, 56 runs batted in. Here comes the first pitch. Inside corner, strike 1. And he fouls off the curveball. Count is 0-2 on Mendoza. He was 0 for 4 yesterday. So it's a 4-game set. This is the 4th and final game. Swing and a miss. And he struck out, and that's the final out of the inning. We'll continue that conversation next half inning. Freddie Freeman, solo home run here in the bottom of the second, gives the Mariners a 1-0 advantage. Leading off the top of the third is the catcher for the Knights, Anthony Millo. 246, 9 homers, 45 runs batted in. Checks the swing but does not hold it. That's a strike. Can't hold back those wrists. Misses the slider. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Millo. Looks overmatched. Swing and a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. That is the second strikeout for DeGrom.
Now batting, number 39.
So as I was saying in the previous half inning, Bronx Knights won the first 2, lost last night 7-5. So this is the getaway game. So leadoff man Max Lukulich pops the first pitch up to Freddie Freeman, who makes the catch. 2 pitches, check that. First pitch for Lukulich is pop up in the infield for the second out. So Don Mattingly's hitting .317 on the season. He struck out in the first. Steps in. And he breaks his bat, and the flare is caught by Paul Molitor at third base to retire the side. Quick 1-2-3 inning for DeGrom. And after 2.5, it's the Seattle 1, Knights nothing. So we go to the bottom of the third. Stepping up to the plate is Michael Bush, part-time player. He is hitting .305 on the season. 2 homers, 6 runs batted in. And it's a line drive to right. It will be a base hit. So leadoff man for the Seattle Mariners is on here in the bottom of the third. There's a replay. Just line drive to right over the head of the first baseman. No chance for Lo Cicero out and right to make the catch. So next up is the catcher, Israel Pineda, backup catcher to Gary Carter. He's hitting only $137, but doesn't have that many at-bats. Hunter leads off first. Swing and a miss, strike one. And he pulls the breaking ball foul down the third base line. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Pineda. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and the slider on the outside corner, and there is 1 away. Strikeout number 4 for Ramos.
Now batting, center fielder, Game Victorino.
So leadoff man Shane Victorino steps in for his second plate appearance. He popped out in the first inning. Quick throw to first. And Bush is back. So it's a 1-0 lead for Seattle here in the bottom of the third. And he's going. Throw down to second that is in time. Strong throw from Anthony Millo. Gunned him out. Don't watch baseball, but I like that. But I don't watch MLB like that, but play the... Oh, well, welcome to the stream regardless, and thank you for being here. Much appreciated. We'll try to make it entertaining for you. If baseball is not your game, it's not everybody's game. I am addicted to baseball games. So my intention is to play every inning of every game of a 162-game schedule. And I'm at like 113 and 114. And it's a ground ball to Mattingly at first. He takes it himself, steps on the bag, and the side is retired. So after 3 innings of baseball here in T-Mobile Park, it's the Seattle Mariners 1, the Bronx Knights nothing. So we go to the top of the 4th. Up steps the designated hitter, Chris Ramos. He is 0 for 1. No, check that. He walked in his first at-bat, so no official at-bat as of yet. First pitch is low, ball 1. Switch hitter batting from the left side. Deep drive towards the gap, long run, and he will not make it. It'll be 1 hop to the wall. It's going to be a stand-up double to lead off the top of the 4th for Ramos. And they have a runner in scoring position, his 23rd double of the season. This is the replay. 1 hop. Shane Victorino corralled it before it got to the fence. Next up is the left fielder, Michael O'Rourke. He walked in the first as well. Runner in scoring position with nobody out. Pitches outside, ball 1. Ramos leads off second. Pitch is low, 2 balls and no strikes. Michael O'Rourke's hitting .340 with runners in scoring position, which is basically his season average, so it doesn't make much difference. Pulls it to the right side. Freddie Freeman backhands it, takes it himself. So it's a productive out because Ramos now moves to third base, and with less than 2 outs, he can score without the benefit of a base hit. So up steps the shortstop, Jacob Salazar. With 1 out. Ramos leads off third base. Here comes the pitch. Pitch is outside, ball 1. Jacobs hitting almost 400 with runners in scoring position. As a runner at second or third base, he is in his element. And he grounds it up the first base line. Foul ball, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. And it looks like it's going to be an RBI ground out for Salazar, 2 away, but Ramos scores on the play, and this ball game is tied at 1. So we got the job done.
Number 38.
So with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th, Benny Lo Cicero, the right fielder, steps up. He is 1 for 1 with a single. Second plate appearance against Jacob deGrom. Pitches low, ball 1. Fouls off the 98-mile-an-hour fastball. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Lo Cicero. Inside off the plate, 2-1. Chases the high fastball late on it. Count evens at 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the 4th. Did he check it? According to the third base umpire, yes, he did. He did. So it's a full count, 3-2. Here comes the payoff pitch. And he fouls it off to stay alive, and we will do it again. And he fouls off the 2-seamer. Still 3-2. And late on the 97-mile-an-hour fastball, this is the number 9 pitch of this at-bat. It's a struggle. And it is Benny Lo Cicero that emerges victorious with a line drive single to right. So with and for some reason that I cannot fathom, he decided to try to stretch it into a double and was thrown out at second. So inexplicably, the inning is over. It's 3.5. Bronx Knights lead. Check that. Bronx and Seattle are tied at 1. I don't know what that base runner was thinking. So, bottom of the 4th, Fernando Tatis Jr. steps to the plate. He struck out in the 1st. It's a tie ball game, 1-1. You might be wondering to yourself, why am I talking like I don't know what the runner's going to do? Number 1, I'm calling it like a baseball game regardless, as if the announcer doesn't know what's going to happen. And I also have the base runners on autopilot. Ground ball to the third baseman, Termini. Long throw, in time, 1 away. So next up is Hall of Famer Paul Molitor. Flew out in the 1st. He is 0 for 1. In there at the knees, strike 1. Just off the plate outside. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Molitor. This time the circle change floats inside, 2-1. And he pulls the slider foul. Count is 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here. Bases empty here in the bottom of the 4th. Hard ground ball to Mattingly, inhales it like a vacuum cleaner, and he steps on the bag for out number 2.
Up next is the out. The right fielder,
Nelson Cruz grounded out in the 2nd inning. 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th. Swing and a miss. The 99-mile-an-hour fastball, strike 1. Strike 2. Quickly is down 0-2. It's the kind of hitter that Nelson Cruz is. It's either a home run or nothing usually. Swing and a miss. Chase the pitch and side is retired. So, the end of 4 innings of baseball. It's a tie ball game. Bronx Knights and Seattle Mariners knotted at 1. So we go to the top of the 5th. Up steps the second baseman today, Matthew Saps. He's 0 for 1 today with a groundout, but he's 5 for 13 in this series with 2 homers. He has had a good series. And that is a line drive, but Benintendi is right there, barely has to move. 1 pitch, 1 away.
Now batting, number 79.
So Termini steps to the plate, popped out in the 2nd. He's 1 away here in the 5th. And this one is a pop-up, short left field. The shortstop, Tatis Jr., makes the catch. 2 pitches, 2 away.
The batter, number 43.
So Anthony Millo struck out in the 3rd. He's 2 for 9 in this series. Jams him. Back to the screen, strike 1. Down and in. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. And he pulls it down the left field line into the seats. Oh, hit the sidewall. Strike 2. Late on the fastball. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 5th. Score tied at 1 in this 4th and final game of this 4-game set. Chases a slider out of the strike zone for strike 3, and the side is retired. 1-2-3 inning for Jacob deGrom. After 4.5, score is knotted at 1. So we go to the dugout, sideline reporter Heidi Watney, but unfortunately there seems to be something wrong with her microphone, so we're going to have to cut away. Sorry, Heidi, we'll send a technician down there to check the mic. But in the meantime, we go to the bottom of the 5th. Freddie Freeman hit a solo home run in the 2nd inning. He's 5 for 13 with 2 homers as well for this series. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Circle change outside, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Swing and a miss. And there are 2 strikes. Ramos looks sharp. The exception of that home run from Freeman in his first at-bat. Strike 3 outside corner. Caught him looking. And there's 1 away. That is strikeout number 6 of this ball game for Ramos. Here's the replay. Yeah, that's too close to take. You gotta put a bat on that. So next up is Andrew Benintendi, struck out. He's 2 for 8 with a homer in this series. And it is a slow roller up the middle. Oh, it misses it. And that's going to be a base hit. Salazar misplays it, doesn't get a glove on it, so they're probably going to give him a hit. But the truth is that he should have got a glove on that ball. So with 1 out and the runner at first, Drew Mendoza steps to the plate. He struck out in the 2nd. And it is a line drive on the first pitch to O'Rourke in left, who makes the catch for the 2nd out. Runner retreats to first. Pitch speed comparison brought to you by Topps Playing Cards. Both pitchers have topped 99 miles an hour. So the game is tied and the pitch speed comparison is tied. Who will hit triple digits first? We'll see. So Michael Busch has a hit in the 1st. Swing and a miss, strike 1. And that's a line drive to the right, but it is a foul ball. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Busch. Late on the fastball, we'll do it again. So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Runner leads off first here in the 5th, bottom of the 5th. And he grounds it to the third baseman, Termini Fields, throws across the diamond to retire the side. So it's an official ball game. We've gone 5 innings, but the score is knotted at 1. So the leadoff man, Max Lukalic, steps up to the plate. He popped out twice. He's 2 for 12 in this series.
Number 39.
Swing and a miss at the changeup over the top, strike 1. Pitches outside, 1 ball and 1 strike on Lukalic. Mighty Max, as I like to refer to him as. And it's ground ball down the first baseline. It is a foul ball. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Mets. And he pops him up in the infield right in front of home plate. Oh, diving catch by Paul Molitor on the infield. That was almost a bloop base hit, but there's one away here in the top of the 6th. Let's look at this replay. Pops him up. Are they going to show it? Is there going to be a proper replay? Yep. So with 1 down, up steps Mattingly. He's hitting .316 now. He's 0 for 2 today. Pitch is high, ball 1.
1 ball, no strike.
Mattingly has 6 RBIs in his last 8 games. And that is a line drive to center, and it will fall in there in front of Victorino for a base hit. So with 1 out, the Knights have a base runner at first. Mattingly is 1 for 3. Sharp line drive to center. So next up is the dangerous Chris Ramos. He is 1 for 1 today. He's doubled and he's walked. Pitches outside, ball 1. Has the average up to .373 on the season. And he fouls off the changeup. His count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike on Ramos. And that is a hard line drive. Back goes Victorino to the track. He makes the running catch for out number 2. Hit it on the nose, but didn't get enough air under it. And on the warning track in left center, checked at right center field. Shane makes the catch. So next up is Michael O'Rourke. He's 0 for 1. He walked in the first. He's 4 for 10 with a home run in this series. And he fouls off the inside fastball, strike 1. He has 31 doubles on the season. That's second only to Max Lukovic, who I believe has 32. And it's a lazy ground ball to the right side, foul ball. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on O'Rourke. Chases the high fastball. Count will remain 0-2. Pitch is outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jams him back to the screen, and we'll do it all over again. Chasing pitches out of the strike zone, unfortunately. But not that one. Count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in the bottom, check that, the top of the 6th. Mattingly leads off first. And he's late on the fastball again. And this is a struggle at the plate. Score is knotted at 1. And that is a 1-hop line drive through into center field. It is a base hit. So with 2 outs, they now have 2 runners on at first and second. So they are threatening, and that is a 14-game hitting streak now for Michael O'Rourke with that hit. He's 1 for 2 with the walk. So next up is Jacob Salazar. Runner in scoring position is Mattingly. 2 right-handers warming up in the bullpen. Inside corner, strike 1. Pitches off the plate. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Jairo Diaz and Hunter Wood are warming up in the Seattle bullpen. Salazar's 0 for 2. Pitches outside, 2 balls, 1 strike on Salazar. And that's a deep drive. Cruz on the warning track makes the catch to retire the side. They strand 2, and after 5.5 innings of play, the score is still knotted at 1. So, leading off the bottom of the 6th, Israel Pineda, the catcher. steps in. He is 0 for 1. And it is a line drive towards the right center field gap, but, oh, almost misjudges it. But Lo Cicero makes the catch for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 away. So this has turned into the pitching duel that we expected from these two top elite starting pitchers. Shane Victorino steps in with 1 out. He's 0 for 2. Inside corner, strike 1. Off the plate, slider inside at the knees. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Oh, it hits him. Hits him in the leg. So with 1 out, he'll go to first. Doesn't seem to be any intent. He just missed inside, hit him on the front leg and the thigh. So, Fernando Tatis Jr. steps up. He is 0 for 2 today. He's 2 for 13 in the series. 3 runs batted in. At the knees, strike 1. He has 119 homers in 5 seasons in this fictional franchise. And that is a line drive, just misses the third base bag, goes foul. The count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Tatis Jr. And he can't get on top of the fastball, fouls it back behind the plate. Count will stay right where it is. Hard ground ball to Mattingly. Whips it over to second for 1, back to first. In time, 3-6-3 double play to retire the side. So we've gone 6 innings. Seattle and the Bronx Knights are tied at 1. So we go to the top of the 7th. Quick ball there. Benny Lo Cicero steps up. He's 5 for 11 in this series with a home run and 3 runs batted in. He's 2 for 2 today with 2 singles. DeGrom's still out there, obviously. And he pulls the slider inside down the first base line for strike 1. Backs him off the plate with the inside pitch. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Benny. Swinging and misses the backdoor slider. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Lo Cicero. Outside, 2-2. Outside, count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Matt Saps is on deck. Comes the payoff pitch. And he fouls off the fastball, and we will do it again. Score is tied at 1 here in the bottom. Checked at the top of the 2nd. 7. And fouls off the fastball outside. Too close to take. And we'll do it again. Inside off the plate, and he walks the leadoff man here in the top of the 7th. That is a no-no if you're trying to keep them off the scoreboard. So runner at first, nobody out. Matt Sapp steps to the plate. He is 0 for 2 today against DeGrom. That's from the right side. Pitches outside, ball 1. And it is a hard ground ball knocked down in the infield by Kevon Biggio. Check that, Michael Bush. And he's not in time. So it's an infield single from Matthew Saps. And runners will be at first and second with nobody out. And the manager has got himself a quick hook. He calls to the bullpen and wants the right-hander. And the day is over for Jacob DeGrom. He is responsible for both runners on base. He cannot win, he can lose. He gets a nice hand from the home crowd. Standing ovation. In comes Jairo Diaz, making his 38th appearance out of the bullpen. His record is 1-2 with a 3.40 earned run average. So with nobody out, 2 runners on, Matt Termini steps in. He's 0 for 2. And that is a ground ball Flips over. Oh, high flip, but in any event, it is a 6-4-3 double play. And just like that, there are 2 away. Runner on second moves to third. So the go-ahead run is 90 feet away, but they're more than willing to trade that for the double play. Flip over to Bush. He has to leap to grab it with his bare hand. Nice athletic play by Bush to save the double play. So it's up to Anthony Miller with he needs a hit here with the runner at third and 2 out. He's 0 for 2. And he's way out in front of the slider. He looks lost today at the plate. Strike 1. Again, he's out in front of the slider. Can't pick up that slider and spin out of the hand. Count is 0 and 2. Late on the fastball down the first base line. Count will remain 0 and 2. 2 outs. And it's a deep fly ball the other way. Back goes Cruz at the track. The wall reaching up. He makes the catch and takes away a 2-run home run, and the side is retired. So get up and stretch. It is time for the 7th inning stretch. This ball game is still tied at 1. So we go to the bottom of the 7th. Paul Molitor is 0 for 2. He leads off the inning. Ramos is still out there. He's only thrown 56 pitches through 6 innings. Inside corner, strike 1. He has matched DeGrom pitch for pitch. Out in front of the slider. Count is 0 and 2. In the dirt, waste pitch. Count is 1 and 2. And he fouls off the circle change. We'll do it again. And it's a deep fly ball to left. Back to the track goes O'Rourke. He makes a nice running catch for the first out. Got good wood on it, but it died on the warning track. So next up is Nelson Cruz. He is 1 for 14 in this series. 0 for 2 today. It's his 3rd plate appearance. It's the outside corner, strike 1. That's a deep drive. It's got a chance. Back to the track goes O'Rourke. Looking up. It is gone. And just like that, Nelson Cruz, home run number 23 on the season, a solo shot. And the Seattle Mariners, here in the bottom of the 7th, have a 2-1 lead. Let's look at the replay. So time to go to the manager's office and the bullpen. And let's get Carlos Estevez 1 and Jesse Biddle 1. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Freddie Freeman is 1 for 2 with a home run. He's responsible for the other run on the scoreboard for the Seattle Mariners. Homer in the 2nd inning, off of Ramos. Swing and a miss, 98-mile-an-hour fastball. So Eli Ramos has responded to the home run by just turning up the gas. And it's a lazy ground ball to first. Mattingly steps on the bag, and there are 2 away. So Andrew Benintendi, the left fielder, he singled in the 5th. He's 3 for 9 with a homer in this series. He's up there with 2 outs, and his team has a 2-1 lead. That is in there at the knees for strike 1. Breaking ball inside corner, strike 2. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. That's a deep drive towards the gap. There's no way they're going to get to it. It hops over the wall for a ground rule double. Andrew Benintendi's 27th double of the season. So with 2 outs, he's in scoring position here in the bottom of the 7th. They already have a 2-1 lead after Tatis Jr.'s home run. So, with Drew Mendoza up, he's 0 for 2. The manager will go to the bullpen. Actually, he will go to the mound to give the bullpen a little bit more time until the umpire basically calls. Say, hey, okay, let's go to the bullpen, guys. So Jesse Biddle will go in the game. Don Mattingly is the manager. The 50-year-old version is the manager, while the 25-year-old version is the starting first baseman. He asks for the ball. Thank you. You did a good job. Fortunately, Ramos can lose. He's responsible for the runner at second. He cannot win. Jesse Biddle comes in for his 42nd appearance. He's 2-2 with a 1.31 earned run average. Leading off is Drew Mendoza. And that ball is gone. And we have a 4-1 ball game. First pitch from Jesse Biddle. He parks it in the right field bleachers. Mendoza's 16th home run of the season, a 2-run shot. And like I said before, it's Seattle 4, Bronx Knights 1. Here's the replay. Oof. So Michael Busch steps in. He's 1 for 2. Swing and a miss at the fastball, strike 1. Fouls off the 2-seam fastball. Quickly 2 strikes on Busch. Those runs, run at second, will be charged to swing and a miss. Strike 3, side is retired, but not before 2 home runs gives the Seattle Mariners a 3-run lead at the end of 7. It's Seattle 4, Bronx 1. So we go to the top of the 8th. It's a 3-run ball game now, and in comes Victor Arano, making his 10th appearance out of the bullpen. He's 2-0 with a 6.14 earned run average. And stepping up as the leadoff man, Max Luklich, who's 0 for 3. They need base runners, so see what they can do. And he swings it to first pitch, grounds it to Michael Busch. 1 pitch, 1 away. And since they need base runners, maybe swinging at the first pitch is not the best of ideas. So here is the pitching comparison. Eli Ramos loses the matchup. Well, it looked like he was going to win, but he obviously loses it. Whether he'll lose the game is another story. So with 1 away here in the top of the 8th, Mattingly is 3 for 10 in the series. He has a single today. He's 1 for 3. Pitches high, ball 1. Attendance 42,795. That is not quite a sellout at T-Mobile Park, but it's close. For a Sunday afternoon, it's a good crowd. And he pops it up behind the plate. Pineda on the first base side behind home plate makes the catch for the second out. Mattingly is 1 for 4. So with 2 down, up steps the designated hitter today, Chris Ramos. Is 1 for 2 with a double. He also has a walk. Steps in from the left side against the righty Arano. Pitches low, ball 1. Jams him on the inside with the fastball. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. And he pulls this slider down near his knees. Lines it down the first base line, but it's in the seats. Strike 2. Outside corner, strike 3. Side retired. Fooled him. Straight out, he knows. You can see it in his reaction. So after 7.5, it's Seattle 4, Bronx Knights 1. So we go to the bottom of the 8th. Catcher, number 9 hitter, Israel Pineda is 0 for 2. Struck out and flew out. In there, strike one. Swing and a miss at the slider. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Two-seam fastball outside. Count is 1-2. Swing and a miss, and there is 1 away here in the bottom of the 8th. Here's a real-time replay. Shane Victorino, switch hitter, turns around and bats from the right side against the lefty Biddle. Takes an inside corner, strike 1. He's 0 for 2, but he was hit by a pitch in the 6th inning. Fouls off the fastball outside. Count is 0-2 on Shane. Swing and a miss. And there are 2 away. 2 straight strikeouts. So Fernando Tatis Jr. is 0 for 3 with a ground out. He was not the one that hit the home run. I think it was Nelson Cruz. Or perhaps. Can't remember. Ground ball. Termini ranges to his left. Throws across the diamond. Side is retired. So last licks for the Bronx Knights. We go to the 9th. They need 3 runs to tie. Can they do it? Let's do it. Let's do this. So, coming in to close the game is Matt Strahm. He's 1-2. He has 21 saves in 25 attempts. His ERA is 4.25, so he is not unhittable. Leading off for the Knights is Michael O'Rourke, singled 1 for 2 manager. We'll go to the bullpen. We're going to warm up John Smoltz just in case he's necessary. So, they need base runners. Strahm is a left-hander. And that is a line drive to center. It hangs up there. 1 pitch, 1 away. Victorino makes the catch. He hit it right on the nose, but right at the center fielder, and there is 1 out. League leaders in saves. As you can see, Matt Strahm is on the list. Christy Mathewson leads the league with 33. But Matt Strahm, with his 21 saves, he's got more than John Smoltz with 20. So both closers are on that list. So with 1 out here in the 9th, Jacob Salazar steps in, this time from the right side against the lefty Strahm. He's 0 for 3 today. He's 0 for 3 against DeGrom. Swings and fouls off the changeup, strike 1. Apparently these hitters have not gotten the memo. Outside corner, backdoor slider. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. And he pops him up in the infield. Over is Michael Bush to make the catch. No, check that. That was Freddie Freeman who made the catch for the 2nd out. And the Bronx Knights are down to their final out. If the score stays the way it is, they will split this 4-game series, 2 games apiece. Benny Lo Cicero is 2 for 2. Takes strike 1 with the slider. He represents the final out of the game. And he hits a lazy fly ball to center. Victorino settles under it. This should do it. He makes the catch. Inning over. Ball game over. Mariners win 4-1. So as I said before, 4-game set against the Seattle Mariners. They split 2 games apiece. Bronx Knights won the first 2. Seattle Mariners came back to win the final 2. And the lead in the American League West is a 10.5 game lead for the Bronx Knights. They had it up to 12.5. But they lose the final 2, and it drops back down to 10.5 here in the first week of August. So anyway, let's go to the scoreboard, do it the right way. Seattle, 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors. Bronx Knights, 1 run, 6 hits, no errors. The winning pitcher is Jairo Diaz. The losing pitcher is Eli Ramos. He's now 15-4. Matt Strahm gets the save. That's save number 22. And Drew Mendoza, the designated hitter today, was 1 for 3 with a homer and 2 runs batted in. He is your player of the game. And this was a broadcast of Bronx Knights baseball. I am RC Robbin. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you so much for taking the time to poke your head in and say hello. Especially African Giant Gaming, thank you so much. Appreciate the fact that you came out and stuck around for a while. Please like the video, please subscribe to the channel, and I will see you again soon. I plan to play every inning of every game of this 162 game created franchise, 162 and beyond, because I'm going to win the World Series. So that's it. Seattle wins 4-1. Have a great night.